Oh man.
When you go to places like the zoo, you know that there's a very fine line between seeing the animals and truly interacting with the animals. Usually, that line is a pane of glass, and that glass is there to protect you in case things go wrong. And whether people at the zoo want to admit it or not, that glass is tested a lot. And as a result of that, the glass can crack and even shatter if things were to go wrong. So, allow us to show you 5 times where the glass was almost not strong enough. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 5, bear versus car. When you see a bear in the wild, you know what you're supposed to do, right? You're supposed to stay calm, not run away, and either try and scare off the bear with noise, not always recommended, or get into a position where it's clear that you're not a threat to the bear. However, when you're driving down the road and there's a bear in front of you, well, that is a different story now entirely, isn't it? This honestly happened near a park in California. The owner of the car in question saw the bear and decided to stop to admire it, which is questionable behavior to begin with if we're being honest here. Anyway, the bear decided to go and mosey around the car and then scratch up its windows as it observed what was inside. It eventually went away, but we're betting that car owner isn't interested in stopping the next time it sees a bear. Number 4, silverback gorilla. Something that sometimes gets lost when people go to zoos is that the animals they see aren't tame, they're trained. What's more, many of them can't be trained for one reason or another, thus they are incredibly wild and very unpredictable. A great example came from this zoo when a powerful silverback gorilla decided, hey, I'm going to show these people I know they're there and I'm not amused. Watch as it rears itself upwards and full on charges the pane of glass that people are watching it from. Now that's scary no matter who you are, especially as that glass cracks massively. Now thankfully it didn't break, but it was very close. And what's more, it wasn't the first time the gorilla had charged the glass like that. If it had gotten through, the damage it would have caused would have been disastrous. Number 3, lion versus toddler. When you go to the zoo, what are some of the animals you try and see right off? If you said lions, then you wouldn't be alone. Lions are absolutely magnificent creatures that they're truly something to experience at the zoo when they're in a good mood. Here, a toddler saw a kitty and really wanted to interact with it. The lion saw this child and also wanted to interact with it, but one look into the eyes of the lion, and you can tell it had a very different idea of what it wanted to do when it got to the toddler. This was proven when the lion rushed the glass and rammed into it, and then tried to claw its way into the glass. Thankfully, the glass didn't budge, but as you can see, the toddler was mortified, and we can't blame it for that. Number 2, polar opposites. Here's another example of a child wanting to play nice with an animal it saw, and the animal seeing the situation in a very different light. Here we have a child who is clearly enamored with a polar bear. Not surprising, as polar bears are really interesting creatures that can survive an incredible cold. This polar bear was swimming along when the child decided to go and show off a toy. The bear saw this and decided to full-on ram its head against the glass, likely because it wanted to eat said toy. The parents wisely grabbed their child and moved on from that spot. Number 1, monkey business. Monkeys don't always get the credit they deserve for being smart animals, and this monkey in China decided it really didn't like the cage it was in, so it went and got a rock, sharpened it, and then started to smash it against the glass. And as you can see, it shattered, scaring off the monkey in the process. Now the monkey didn't get out, but the glass had to be replaced and all rocks were removed so that this did not happen again. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the times when the glass was definitely not strong enough to go and handle the animals contained within the zoo? Does looking at how close these animals got to escaping make you hesitate going to the zoo again yourself? Or do you think that the glass won't break when you're there? Let us know in the comments below, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you next time on the channel.